Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN. After a great career at Oklahoma State, some said Rashawn Woods was the most polished receiver in the draft. We'll see if they're right. San Francisco 49ers, Chicago Bears, now!
The ESPN blimp is sailing through the night air overhead, and we are getting set down here on the ground for this evening's football game. Hi, folks, it's Dan Stevens, and welcome to Chicago Field. Mr. Peter O'Keefe is in the booth with me, as always, and Peter, we have some different coaching styles in front of us.
Different, but both effective.
Booker hauls it in right. Jones cruises out to the left side and heads upfield.
Line up as the defense settles into a nickel package.
Gage makes the catch out to the left, and they can. Grossman throws a heater right sideline, and Jones picks up. Jones gets the call again and lowers his shoulder for the first. It looks like, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass. Sharp grabs the rope right side and tries to get free. Chased down at the...
Shannon Sharp plays this one perfectly, getting himself to the right place at the right time to make the catch. The defense should be embarrassed that they let this one get away.
Yeah, Peter, unfortunately, we've had some players banged up so far.
Unfortunately so. As we can see here, we've got the injuries that have accrued over the season, and let me tell you, each one of these guys was hard to lose. Injuries are a fact of life in the NFL. You have to push on and field the best team possible.
He's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
Latte rifles this one hard over the middle, and it's complete. Conway snags the... The quarters.
Dan, back to you.
Thanks, Susie. Conway hauls in the pass, was on top of it, and shut it down.
Good denial there.
Second down coming up. Call by the defensive coordinator.
Agreed, Dan. They had it all locked up there.
That will bring up second down. No one in front of him. And touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
Charles Tillman picks off the ball, and he's going all the way. Nobody can stop him. Man, I hope his mom's got the VCR going.
He gets the touchdown off a nice play. Peter, interesting order to the division, isn't there?
Oh, you bet.
Conway grabs the fastball. Barlow gets the toss and runs into traffic. Tilmer and start this drive at their own 30-yard line. Grossman throws this on a rope, and the reception is made for a first and more. 20, 15, and he's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Bears.
Justin Gage is going to make a great play right here. Snags the football and then really turns on the juice.
They score again, and they are starting to pull away here.
Yes, they are, Dan. They've got a...
Latte rifles it out left side, and the reception.
Down. Set.
Barlow is at the 45, tackled, and the clock will continue to run. It will be first down.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
Kevin Barlow lowered his shoulder to make the play here. That's how you break through a tackle, baby.
Well, and I tell you, this guy just has the knack for... No dice, and it falls incomplete. Bate fires this one over the middle and... Booker makes a tough catch. And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Bears in command of this one, 21-0. And now let's send you to Chris Berman in our studios in Bristol for the ESPN halftime report. Boomer, second half. Hamilton downs this in the end zone for a touchback. Bate throws a heater and it's... Lloyd pitches it over the middle and Haynes gets... Bate makes the throw after the play action fake, and they get the first on 3rd and long. It looks like, yeah, we've had an injury down on the field. As soon as we hear anything, we'll be sure to pass the information along to you.
All right? You'll be all right? Just out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right here? All right. Feel this? All right. It hurts. Right there, right there. Oh, you're going to be all right, man. You're going to be all right. Let me help you. Come on. You got to get, I need you to get back to us. You going to be all right to play?
See if they can finally score as they start this one at the 46-yard line. Barlow carries... Bate fires this one over the middle, and he connects at the 16.
Twice before going his direction.
Bate throws this one right sideline, and he connects. Battle catches it left sideline, and he's in for the score.
Arnaz Battle is all by himself, and he'll take advantage of it. Easy catch.
Peter, this touchdown was a... Well, Peter, some interesting information up on the screen.
Oh, you bet. Nice drive results there, and I like their efficiency. They've been putting the points on the board without a lot of wasted effort. Great job so far.
Grossman fires this one over the middle, and the reception.
He's got 141 yards and 1 touchdown.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. The Bears. Jones will get the carry on 3rd down, and Haynes sacks him way back at the 17. 4th down coming up.
Michael Haynes had the quarterback cornered way back. Really going to put their defense in a tight spot.
Harris chases him down and gets the sack at the 13. Bate unloads this to the right sideline, and...
Well, check it out. He's now up over 1,000 yards for the season.
Gets the sack, and the clock continues to run. Wood reels in the football, and they convert on 3rd down.
16 down. Check. Goal 16. Check. Goal 16. Check. Goal 16. Check. Goal 16.
Bate really rifles this pass, and gets caught at the 4. Touchdown.
Holding, number 92, defense. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
And that will do it for tonight's game. The Bears come out on top 24-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Bears stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Now let's check in with our player of the game. a guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Justin Gage is standing by with Susie Kalber. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You showed your mettle, and you were instrumental in helping your team snag the win. What do you think was the critical factor in getting the W?
I say this time and time again. I gotta give it up to my teammates. Without them, I couldn't do the things that I do on the field. We've just got a great cast of characters on this team, and I'm honored to play alongside them.
Back to you, Chris.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Bills come away with a 7-point win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Steelers pick up win number 2. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. Before we get to the big news of the week, let's do a quick shakedown on the rest of the NFL's injuries. Clinton Portis won't see action for a while, and that'll be a big offensive loss for his team. X-rays revealing that a broken foot is the report. He'll be out for 5 weeks. Now we'll move on to our top story of the day. Rodney Harrison is going to be watching from the sidelines for a while, as his injury will deal a major blow to this team. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Terrence Newman had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. 49ers, Bears. Charles Tillman was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Bears win this one by the final score of 24-14. Up in the Pacific Northwest in Seattle, the city by the sound, we had the Seahawks squeeze out a 4-point victory. Edgerrin James ate up over 100 yards on the ground and helped his Colts beat the Chiefs. Down in Reliant Stadium, we had the Texans come away with a 7-point win. Raiders, Chargers. Victor Green
is in coverage as the other team backed inside their own red zone. Uh-oh, it's picked, the overthrow, and it's going to backfire. Touchdown! Nice play, Johnny on the spot.
The Raiders go on to win this by the final score of 31-10. The Ravens defense came away with 3 turnovers in their victory at Lincoln Financial Field. The Vikings won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Colts. Tyrone Calico stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. This guy is on the move. Perhaps not for all that he thought he'd get, but a good deal nonetheless. 6 years, $3.9 million, plus a $1.1 million signing bonus. Zach Bronson got snatched up as well, and he signs a 2-year contract with the Titans.
Packers, Redskins. Brett Favre calls the signals at the 24-yard line. And a quick rollout. Boy, he has some time. What a bullet! Touchdown! The Packers win this one by the final score of 24-20. In the mile-high city of Denver, we had the Broncos lose by 6 points. And in our final game, we had the Jets come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now that most teams have 7, 8, 9 games under the belt, we're starting to get a pretty good sense for which guys are going to be blue chippers come draft day. Patton is a guy right off the bat that's really impressed me thus far. 5'9", 181, out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. And this is a guy that's shown absolutely blazing speed in his ball games this fall. His closing speed combined with his quick feet and hands have scouts salivating over his potential. Garcia is another one of those guys that I'm really warming up to. Something of a late bloomer at the collegiate level, but he's put together a great season thus far, and I believe he's one of the more polished running backs in this year's class. So that'll do it for now, but you can guarantee that the big board is going to see a lot of risers and fallers between now and April.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.